Hello, dear friends, you're welcome. Take this time to welcome you to the next lesson. Benjamin Okwir is my name. Uh, I'm here to let you go through the correction of the previous work. You learned how to use which, and you got to know the principles, the rules followed when using which. One, which is only used when you're talking about things and animals, not people. You can't say Benjamin which, no. You can say the bag which got burned was mine. That's correct. So I want to take you through the correction of the previous work you had. And that was the activity given. Join the sentences below using which. You were given a sentence of which each sentence had two clauses. The first clause and the second clause. And one of those two clauses was the main clause. Then the other was a relative clause. Question 1 says, the newspaper was sold off. It contained interesting cartoons. So, simple question. What are we talking about? We're talking about the newspaper being sold off. Then another part of the sentence which explained this newspaper is saying it contained newspapers, meaning it contains interesting cartoons. And so we shall say the newspaper which contained interesting cartoons was sold off. Now, a teacher explained to you and said, here this it is our relative pronoun, and which is also a relative pronoun. So for this case, we are expected to replace this it with which, and so this makes it not to appear in our answer. And the answer is the newspaper which contained interesting cartoons was sold off. Hope you got it right. If you got it right, please place a tick alongside your work and go to the next number. That house belongs to Kalanzi. It is painted white. What are we talking about? That house. That's the subject. Being painted white. And that house belongs to Kalanzi. That's the major information you're passing out. Then another part which is explaining that house or describing that house is the next phrase. It says, it is painted white. Look at this it. This it is referring to that house. And it is the one we're going to replace with a relative pronoun. And we shall use that relative pronoun to connect these two phrases, two clauses, to make a complete sentence. Shall say, that house which is painted white belongs to Kalanzi. Simple work. That house which is painted white belongs to Kalanzi. I hope you got it right still. And if you fail, please make necessary corrections. It's always good to make corrections. Next number. That the article was brief. It was published in yesterday's newspaper. What are we talking about? The article. It was. This is adding more meaning to this article, this clause. So we shall say the article which was published in yesterday's newspaper was brief. Expect you to have written that, dear friends. And where you fail, please take corrections. Take corrections. It's okay to fail and correct yourself. There you learn best. Next number says, the brochures were fake. The man gave them to us. What answer do I expect? The brochures which the man gave to us were faked. Look at this word them. This them is also a relative pronoun referring to the brochures. So in that aspect, we don't bring it back in our answer. We replace it with a relative pronoun which. And so the answer is the brochures which the man gave to us were fake. In case you see a different answer, please correct yourself. Next number. The column was not printed well. It talks about regional news. So we shall say the column which talks about regional news was not printed well. The column which talks about regional news was not printed well. That is the right English, dear friends. And those marked the few numbers we gave you. And I hope you did well. And right now you're just good for the next lesson. You're just good for the next lesson. And that is to say, I want to teach you how to use who as a relative pronoun. Who. Last time we learned how to use which. And the major thing you should take upon is the ruling pertaining those words that you are giving you. Like we said, which is only used for things and animals. What about who? Who is attached to human beings? You can't say the cow who, but the man who, that's correct. The man who came here this morning is my uncle. That's how we're going to learn more. So the first thing is the use of who and its ruling. Who is used when the noun it is connected to names a person. That's what we're talking about. Who is used when you're talking about a person, people. So we're saying who is used when the noun it names or it is connected to names a person. And it is the subject of the verb after who, which I explained this to you. What do we see? Examples. What learn best using examples? We have these phrases. Here, this is the boy. He wrote the article in the book of the newspaper. The boy, that's a person, not an object, not an animal. No, that is the boy. He wrote an article in the book of the newspaper. So I may ask a question. What are we talking about? We are pointing out the boy. Tell us more about that boy. He wrote an article in the book of the newspaper. Now this he, what is it referring to? This he is referring to the boy. And so it is being used here for the second time in place of the boy. It was used here as the boy, and here we're using that he for the second time in place of the boy. It is meaning the boy. So we shall say he wrote an article in the newspaper. Who will help us join these sentences to make one complete sentence? We shall say that is the boy who wrote an article in the book of the newspaper. In the book of the newspaper. That's the answer. This is the boy who wrote an article in the book of the newspaper. This is the boy who wrote an article in the book of the newspaper. That is the answer, dear friends. Just simple. I want us to look at example number 2. Hope you're good for it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Number 2. Example number 2. Mayanja works with a new vision. He read the article, he read the story. Mayanja works with a new vision. He read the story. We have a person who works with the book of the newspaper. This person read the story. What are we talking about? We're saying Mayanja works with the new vision. Then the other part to talk about this very person is he read the story. So what is our main clause? Our main clause is Mayanja works with the new vision. Then the relative clause is he read the story. So remember, the relative clause is followed by relative pronoun. And our relative pronoun we're going to use in our answer is who. So we shall say Mayanja who read the story. Mayanja who read the story works with the no vision. And here we're going to learn how to punctuate again. So look here. Here comes the answer. Mayanja who read the story works with the no vision. That's how you should write. Mayanja who read the story works with no vision. As simple as that, dear friends. And I want us to take this punctuation. We have Mayanja who read the story works with the no vision. It's correct way to write the answer, dear friends. We separate the first. Look here. We have picked the subject. We have started with the relative pronoun, relative clause. Remember, we're saying Mayanja works with the new vision. But this other part is describing Mayanja, what he does or what he did. So shall say Mayanja who read the story works with the no vision. It could be he read the story somewhere and someone was there seeing and he realized, hey, this is the man who works with the no vision. Hope you got that. That is the man. Number 3. That is the man. He took my brochure. Okay, that is the man. That's the major part, the main part of our statement. That is the man. He took my brochure. So shall just say, that is the man who took my brochure. I want you to learn that this pronoun he is the one we replace with the relative pronoun who. So it should not appear in our answer. That's why I'm saying, that is the man who took my brochure. Very simple. And I believe you can easily pass the numbers I'm going to give you. That's the man who took my brochure. I taught children how to use who, and they passed. They understood, and so I expect you to take the same steps. Friends, I give you next number 4. Example: the woman is coming. She gave me this pullout. The woman is coming. She gave me this pullout. What I'm talking about, we're saying the woman is coming. That's our main clause. The woman is coming. That's a fact. Then the other part is telling us more about this woman. That which tells us more about the woman is a relative clause. And that is the one which is followed by a relative pronoun. Which pronoun are we talking about? Who. So we shall just pick the subject in the first clause, in the main clause, the woman. Then we link this to the relative pronoun who. Then after who, we get to know that the pronoun we're going to get in the next phrase, next clause, should not be brought back in our answer. And for this case, we're meaning she. This she should not come back to our answer. We shall say, the woman who gave me this pullout is coming. That's the answer I expect by saying, the woman who gave me this pullout is coming. The woman who gave me this pullout is coming. As simple as that, dear friends. It's a wonderful thing to learn. It's a wonderful thing to learn, and it's a wonderful thing to have you for this lesson. Hope you're doing well and you've learned that. And having learned that, I have this next number for you, dear friend. Example 5. Aki was arrested yesterday. That's the major information we're passing out. Aki was arrested yesterday. He stole magazines last week. This is backing up the other first statement. And that which is backing up is what we're calling as relative clause. And in a relative clause, there is always a relative pronoun. And for this case, I have he. This he will be displaced or replaced by a relative pronoun who, which is given there. So I must not see this he in our answer because we have displaced it with who. So shall say, Aki, who stole magazines last week, was arrested yesterday. And for this case, the answer appears like that. Aki. Always separate the subject for this case. Aki, because we have this attachment. Who stole magazines last week? We separate this with the help of a comma. Then we join. We pick that which was left, was arrested last week, to make a complete sentence. That's how it should appear, dear friends. I want us to learn these two sentences. Look at number 5. Aki was arrested yesterday. He stole magazines last week. We shall say Aki who stole magazines. Aki who stole magazines last week was arrested yesterday. Then I take you back to this next verb. That is the man. That is the man. The other one is saying Aki was arrested yesterday. Then you're just pointing out a person. That is the man. For this case, you don't need double punctuation. This comma and comma, we don't need it there. Because this is direct. We shall say, that is the man who took my brochure. But for this case, Aki was arrested yesterday. You realize we have Aki and being arrested yesterday. Those are two areas of concern. So we shall say Aki, punctuated with a comma, who stole magazines last week. Put that comma there and connect to the part and finish. I hope you've understood that explanation. That explanation was clear and brief to you. So I expect the answer to appear as Aki who stole magazines last week was arrested yesterday. Hope you understood. Next is our activity, friends. Show me that you have learned and shower these numbers with all you can as your best instruction. Rewrite the sentence below using who. Number 1. The editor has gone to the State House. He was called by the president. Okay. Hope you will pass that very well. Next number says, that is the journalist. He captured our teacher's wedding. Okay. Good. Like that. That is the journalist. He captured our teacher's wedding. Number 3. Here comes the man. He was appointed as the chief editor for sports in the Rupin. Rupin is another newspaper. Yeah. Number 4, the officer has been arrested. He punched the reporter. Oh, terrible. The officer has been arrested. He punched the reporter. He punched the reporter. The number 5 says, the reporter has gone to the police. He lost the camera. So simply write those numbers and I believe you will do wonderful things since you are a wonderful child. And this will bring to an end of this lesson. My prayer is that God opens your mind day and you become the brightest. Benjamin Okwiri is my name. I wish you the best. Stay safe and have the best of your days. God bless you. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.